Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, March 25th, 2020. We're going to be doing our morning meeting, our letter G, and math day 5 and 6 in your packet. I want to take a look and just make sure that we're going to be able to do our secret codes. So I'm going to pull this down a little bit just so we get up here on our morning meeting page where it says today's date. So we're looking for a secret code. So first we need to have the month, and the month is March. So usually we'll count from January and we'll figure out how many months it is until we get to March. So count with me. Here we go. So we have January, February, March. Right, it's a 3. And as we're looking at today's date, which will always also be today's number, it's right here, 25. So 25 will be the middle part of that secret code. And the end of the secret code's always the year. Yep, right here, 2020. If you don't have room to do both 20s, you can just do 20. Got it? Perfect. Let's move this and continue on our morning meeting page. So I'm just going to zoom in for a minute. So right up here, today's number, it's going to be how many days are gone in the month of March. And that would be our middle secret code number. And that number is going to be 25. So today is the 25th. 25 is the number we're going to work with. Then you're going to drop down all the way to the left-hand side, just like you're reading. We're going to go over to name it. And it is 25. So parents, help those students if they need help. Students, sound it out. If you're not too sure, do what you know, and then follow me on the rest. Always put that dash in there. 5 is one of our sight words, so I'm sure 5 is not too tricky. Remember, it has that long I and that silent E at the end. Great. Now we're going to go to tally it. So today we're going to be doing 25 tallies. Remember, as you're counting, every time you move 5 more, it's going to get a bundle. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Great job. Okay. So again, we're going to drop down over here, come right over here to place it, where we have our 1s, 10s, and 100s. Look back at your number, today's number. We're trying to figure out how many 1s are in 25. Remember, just look in the 1s place. Just look in the 1s place. Let me help you. Perfect. 5 is in the ones place. And then we're looking for what's going to be in the tens place. In the number 25, what's in the tens place? Does that help you? Yes, 2 goes in the tens place. And now they match up. Perfect, guys. We're going to go right across, as just like you're reading, left to right across to frame it. And we are going to frame 25. Now we've been doing this for a little bit, so I'm sure it's not too tricky anymore. So let's start with how many tens we have, because the whole frame is going to be worth 10. So let's check. How many tens do we have? 2. So you are going to fill in 2 frames of 10. Not enough, so we need a whole nother frame of 10. One, 2. 2 tens. Now in this next frame, we can only use what's left over. So since we already have used our tens, we're going to work on our ones. How many ones do you see? 5. So you would put, or X out, 5 of that 10 frame. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to come down here, drop down, go all the way to the left. We're going to go to the before and after. Right in the middle, you're going to put your number 25. So we need to see what comes before. So if we have to jump backwards, it's going to be a subtraction. So we're going to take our 25 and we're going to jump back how many times? Ready? 1. You're right. So we're going to subtract, take away -1 to find out how many that is. So I always cover up my tens, and that makes it a little bit easier. You can count on your fingers, you can do tally marks, whatever is easier for you. So we'll just use this little space right here. We have 5. It says to take away 1. And that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to our tens. Do we have to use that? No, so we bring that 10 right over. So 24 comes before 25. And we'll do the same thing down here. We need to add 1 because we're going to jump forward. So we're going to add, and how many times are we going to jump forward? Are you ready? 1. We're only jumping forward 1. So we're going to figure out how much that's worth. Now we're going to do the same thing over here in this extra space with tallies, but we're going to bundle this tally because we get to tap it. So we'll use that for our tap, and it says 1 more. Okay, here we go. 5, 5, 6. You're right. And did we have to use our 2? Nope, so we bring it right over. So our missing number in the after would be 26. So let's count before and after. 24, 25, 26. All right. So everything over here when we do our number sentences has to equal 25. I'd like you to do 2 number sentences, however you like. You can do adding, subtracting, multiplication. Division's a little tricky because we haven't actually used it yet. All right, so let's take a look. You can look in your 10 frames, your place it, down here in your before and after, up here in your tallies. You can choose anything you like. I'm going to do the trickier one. I'm going to do the multiplication. I'm going to find some groups of, because up here in tally, it looks like there are groups of, as we had to do our 5s. So each group is worth 5. Now let's count how many groups there are. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 groups. I'm going to put it here down on the bottom one. Remember that X or multiplication sign is groups of. And then how many are in each bundle? Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 in each bundle. So 5 groups of 5 equal 25. And the best way we could check that is count by 5s up here in our tally it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Now today I'm going to leave the top one blank. You can use one of our before and after equations to come up with 25. So remember, it has to come up with 25. So it might be 24 plus 1. It could be 26 minus 1. Remember, it has to equal 25. Okay. So if you will get out your packet that has your letter G in it, we're going to work on this one. Grab a pencil. I know sometimes we use pen, but I like to use a pencil first for these parts as you're learning. And if you got it up here, you can go ahead and use a pen or a color pencil to do these G's below. All right, here you go. Always remembering when you do these letters, you have a skyline, a plane line, and a grass line. Now this is not really a line in this area below, but we still call it either the digger area, because I call it the dirt, or where the worm lives. So they call it a worm line. It's not really a line. So we just call it the dirt where the worm lives, and we have to go down into that sometimes. Okay. The G is similar to the C. We have to start just below that skyline, give it a little hangover, and we're going to go around. So we're going to go just a little bit below it, go around, touch that skyline, just like that letter C, touch that grass line. Now we're going to kick it all the way up to the plane line and then in on the plane line. Okay, let's try it again. Just below that skyline, little hangover, around, touch that skyline, all the way around to the grass line. Kick it up all the way back to the plane line and drive on that plane line. So do a few more of those capital G's. And then we're going to go right down here to this lowercase g. As you can see, the lowercase g will not use the skyline. We're going to be starting on the plane line. So as you go, you're going to do just similar. You're going to do a little hang down over here, just below that plane line. Go around the plane line to the grass line. There's two ways you could do it. You can bounce back up to the plane line and fall into the dirt with a little hook. Or as you go from the hangover, plane line, grass line, kick up a little bit, stop, start back at that plane line and fall in to that dirt. Okay, let's try it together on our own. Little hangover, go to that plane line, around to the grass line, little kick. I usually pick up my pencil, go back up to the plane line, drop down into the dirt and give it a little hook. If you can do a few more on your own. Continuing to come down here and do those G's. And then actually, if you could add some more words that start with the letter G. A couple of sight words I'll help you with. Go. Get. Now you find some other words, either sight words, go around your house, see if you can find anything that starts with the letter G and put it in that space. All right, so today is a math day. We're going to move right into our math packet. We're going to do days 5 and 6. Students, always remember to go ahead and put your name at the top. And if you want to challenge yourself, go ahead and put that secret code. So I'm going to do my own name up here. Take your time with your name. It's very important now, and it'll be super important as you get older. So take good responsibility of that name. It's super important. Be proud of it. And I'm going to put the secret code. It's 3-25-20-20. That's kind of hard to say for you. All right, let's get working. Sorry, that was a little tricky. Okay, so again, students, dot any information that you know, any words that you know. Days and number you should probably know. Remember the A and the Y. The girls out having fun say A, D, A. Number 5, sound it out. This is a blender. Math. Information says circle the biggest fish. Go ahead and circle that biggest fish. Okay, great job. Similar information, circle the smallest dog. All right. Okay, come on down here, just like you're reading. Go left to right. Trace these 5s. I'll give you one. I go from the hat, make a hat, a strong back, and a big belly. trace these and give a few more. As you're moving down, we're going to be circling the number 5. Remember, 5s can look different everywhere you go. So they could be really bold, they can be kind of light, they can be fancy like this one. And if you like to challenge yourself, you can do a little math problem. So you can put however many 5s, you can put 5 plus however many 5s there were. You can do 5 times. How many groups of 5s did you find? If you come right down here, write the missing numbers. You're just going to do a count along. So we'll start here. We do 1, 2. Right. Now, in this one, it was a little tricky because you need to put the 2 numbers that are missing here. It didn't give another space, but it should have. So you should have 2 numbers that belong there. Okay. Doing the same thing on day number 6. Find the information that you know. Great. Now what I would like you to do is count the number of objects. Write the number on the line. How many basketballs do you see? The number goes here. How many footballs do you see? The number goes here. Now with this 6, I want to just let you know, I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit on that. Let's start with the first 6. You come to the very top. It's still using that same language up here at the skyline. We're going to take it down, start rolling it around into that grass line, up to the plane line, and then you're going to tuck it in back at that grass line. Don't forget to do the tuck from top to bottom, back up to that plane line, and then tuck it in. Okay. And then down here, it's similar to the rest of them. You're going to circle the number 6. You're right. It doesn't matter if they're fancy, not fancy. And then however you want to do that, you can circle those numbers. You can make a math equation if you want to challenge yourself. And then down here at the bottom, it says color the circles. So as you color the circles, maybe you can write the word circle. Maybe you can make a math problem out of the circles. Similar to, there's 1 here, plus 1 more, plus 1, 2. Do a little bit, challenge yourself today. Okay, that's it for today's lessons. Make sure that you are doing your days of the week. Find those videos on YouTube. You can find sight words, days of the week, math challenges, book read, a couple of crafts to do on there. I'll keep uploading as much as I can. If you want to see something specific, let me know. We will be working on money on Friday. I want to work with some money, start talking about money and thinking about money. So stay tuned, stay safe, and happy learning. Thanks for watching.